What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Flash video. Now, this episode of The Flash was a hell of a lot of fun. This really, I was laughing pretty much throughout the whole episode, and also through the subsequent Legends of Tomorrow episode, which I just watched as well. And, well, I've also come off of watching Thor Ragnarok, which I thought was absolutely hilarious as well. So it's been a very laughing 2 days for me, to be honest, in all the media that I've consumed. So if you are interested in that Thor Ragnarok video, you can go and check that out on my channel as well. We'll put a link below as well for you to check that out, and it's amazing. TLDR, it's stunning. But this is all about The Flash, and we had The Flash here with something which I've been looking forward to for quite some time. This was billed as a very fun episode of The Flash in what has been so far a very, very fun season, and it does very much seem like we're back to that season one. The season one tone, the funny moments, it just was a lot of, it's just enjoyable. It was a kind of really optimistic, sort of light-hearted attitude, but with actual serious gravitas when it comes to fighting the villain, which is what is being done really, really well here. We're seeing the team bond. We're probably seeing the team together, which is what something I think Supergirl is really failing at doing, to be honest. But I haven't watched last night's episode, so I can't pass my judgment on that. I was watching Thor instead. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I will watch it, but there will be no video this week. Sorry, guys. But The Flash this week was, I mean, some of the hilarious lines. I mean, the opening that we had with the laser tag, when the opening on the team, we had them, and it was like, "Run, Barry!" and then you failed this city. I mean, oh my, I thought it was absolutely hilarious, especially in the faux wedding scene when they were supposed to have this kind of impromptu wedding, and then the kid was like, or the kid put the cinnamon scent, I don't know what that stuff, really don't know what goes in there. To be honest, we don't have that in a Protestant sort of church, so I grew up with, so I don't know what that thing that swings around is. But what was pretty cool is when he was like, "Shame on you, kid," and Barry's just like, "There's no need to shame the kid." I was like, that had me in stitch. I could not stop laughing at that. I thought it was hilarious. So it really was a pure fun episode, this one. I mean, we had Hazard, which I love the way Cisco literally sits there and he goes, "Hazard, that's it." I just love that. It just reminds me of season one when they're naming all the loads of metas and everything like that. I absolutely loved that. It was just absolutely hilarious. And I really do think that they've done a great job with sort of having some sort of Flash rebirth here, which it's very similar to where the Flash went after Rebirth in the comics as well. Not in the kind of plot or the storylines, but more in the tone of it. So the Thinker's Plan. The Thinker's Plan, I loved this opening, and I have to say, I really do like the fact that we haven't got a mysterious enemy this season. I mean, in season one, we had the Reverse Flash, we had Harrison Wells, we had this person behind everything, and then later on, late in the season, we found out who the villain actually was. Then in season two, we had that sort of similar thing, and then season three, we had this similar thing where we only really find out who the villain is right at the end. Like, not really who the villain is, but kind of has a mystery around it, and we never really see much of them really at all, other than just fighting the team. Here, the Thinker is a different beast. The Thinker has clearly had this plan for way, way, way before possibly the Flash actually went into the Speed Force, or he may have had the idea just around the Speed Force storm timings. So it looks like he has his own experiments into what he actually wants to do. So he's got these 12 metas that are actually put on this bus, and he knew exactly where Barry would come out of the Speed Force because he seemingly manipulated the team in some way to get Barry to come back. And that way was the Samuroids, and he does have the camera up in the Star Labs. So he knows exactly what they're doing because he made them get Barry back, which I love that. I love that idea, the fact that the hero has been manipulated to cause this problem. I think it's a really good way of producing drama and tension because, well, there's no way they can really beat him. He knows exactly what they're doing. He can see into their mind, which makes me wonder that it might be a former Star Labs employee. And I remember on the Thinker or the Mechanic, one of these, there was mentioned that one of them may have been a former Star Labs employee. So that would make sense as to why he is able to have such knowledge of Star Labs and the group and the team and everything like that. So he has created them using dark matter. He's given them his powers. It's not clear if he wanted to give them specific powers or if he knew what powers they would get when they came out of that, or if he decided, you know what, it's just going to be random to see what they got, because obviously the metas. So it seems similar to the kind of the accelerator thing. To be honest, it seems kind of similar to how they got their powers there, but not. So we've got 12 metas. I like the fact that we have that mystery as well. We have that mystery of we know exactly how many people have been granted powers. So it's going to be a lot of fun seeing that, and I expect we're probably going to see a hell of a lot more characters as well. So we're going to see, obviously, we've got 10 more, and, well, we'll go into the promo for next week's episode as well, because there is one more to be added to that list, and that's the Elongated Man. So then that gives us another 9 more that could be something to do with all of this mystery, and gives us another 9 more characters who could actually be featured in, or kind of DC characters that can come to the show. So it's going to be fun working that out and seeing which characters will be coming over. We know Blacksmith might actually be one. I'm not sure if she's one of them, because that's another one that's coming as well. And that's really it. That's that and the Elongated Man. That gives us 8 more that we don't actually know. So that's still quite a lot of characters, and a lot of big characters that could come over to the show. I think would be a hell of a lot of fun. But why is the Thinker doing this? We don't really know. Well, I would only presume that really it's going to be right down to the Flash. He wants to take on the Flash. Maybe he has a beef with Harrison Wells, which he would presume is actually Harrison Wells, but might have been actually Reverse Flash. He might have a beef simply with Star Labs because he's out of the job, and seemingly this group are just having the time of their lives, being the kind of Central City Police Department taking down all of these villains. So that's pretty cool, the fact that we don't really know exactly what's going on, but we have some sort of idea. I think it's better than having one mystery character throughout the whole season. And by episode 8 or 9, he is actually going to be flying out in his chair as well, which leads me to think that perhaps maybe this chair is also a source of his powers as well. Mobius chair, perhaps? Probably actually not. But I really do like the fact that what they're doing with this, they're doing something completely different with the villain. And the Arrowverse shows do, apart from Legend of Tomorrow, they enjoy to have an air of mystery around all of their villains, which I think them breaking this mold here is a lot better. Now, Hazard, Becky Sharp, she is in Iron Heights over there with Kilgore, but the problem here is that will she break out? She seemingly had her powers dampened as well. I'm not sure, it's not clear if she has completely lost her powers as well. And she was a character from the comics as well as Hazard. Her grandfather was the Gambler, and then she later on kind of wanted to avenge him, but in the Injustice Society, however, she wasn't a major character. And they've sort of changed her history here, which I think works because she's such a minor character in the comics. I think this works a lot better the way they've done things here. Now the question is, Wally West, where is he going? He is off to Blue Valley, which is the original home of Wally West, the original Wally West here. So Wally has gone off to Blue Valley, which, like I said, is the original home of Wally West. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting, and I can't help but think perhaps he is better off going off to the Teen Titans. Perhaps, maybe if the Teen Titans DC kind of streaming service show is in the Arrowverse, then he would make a great fit for going over to that and helping like Nightwing and all of them. I think that would really work, to be honest. And I hope that is where he goes. Or he would make a great fit on Legends of Tomorrow, because really, obviously, he doesn't fit in with the rest of the show, if I was honest. I mean, he doesn't suit having all of these powers and things like that, because the show is so busy, and it is The Flash, not The Flash and Kid Flash. I don't think that TV shows or this show can really have a room for a proper sidekick and allow enough story time to absolutely everyone involved, which is a shame, because I think that Wally West has actually grown into his own, and the fact that he did actually get dumped in the kind of breakup box, which was absolutely hilarious, which obviously failed because of Hazard. So it's nice to see that they mention Jesse, and Harrison Wells has a reason for actually coming back to Earth 1, because, well, she's got her own team. So this team, who could be on her team? I mean, Earth 2, Justice Society, because the Justice Society are Earth 2. So that would fit in quite well with that, and having her team together would be ace. I'd really love to see, hopefully we get to see that team and see Wally go over there and talk to her in person. Well, we did actually see that. He actually went over there. We saw it in the background, and I hope that we actually get to see him go over there on the show. And I'm not really sure why Kenan Lonsdale is off the show, but I know he's got a very successful singing career, so maybe that is paying an impact into it. But Wally is really kind of surplus to requirements, I'm afraid, on the show, which is a shame because, like I said, he has grown into his own the past season and these last few episodes, but he doesn't really fit in, and there are such things as too many speedsters, I'm afraid. And I hope that, well, when he goes to Blue Valley, he can obviously grow and things like that, and maybe fit in with the Legends, because he had a pretty good bromance with Citizen Steel, didn't he? So that would be nice to see where they go with that. So Cecile is pregnant as well, which gives us the possibility of Daniel West. Now, Daniel West was the New 52 Reverse Flash until Eobard Thawne was reborn in DC Rebirth, and then came to take his mantle of the proper Reverse Flash. Now, Daniel West, his mother died in childbirth. He pushed his dad down the stairs, and then Iris West was like, I'll try and defend you for a bit. And then he tried to steal Speed Force powers off Speedsters, went to go back in time and try and kill his dad and things like that. See, he's just generally evil. And he is also Wally West New 52's, or DC Rebirth's, father as well. So, yeah, craziness abounds. Could we see a Daniel West? I don't really think so, because that would mean having a new Reverse Flash. And I think even him being the Reverse Flash in New 52 was a bit iffy, because really there is one and only, for me, Reverse Flash, and that is Eobard Thawne. So could we have that? I don't think so. I don't think that would happen. I don't really want that to happen. But if they can think of an interesting way of doing it, then yes, I would be kind of excited to see where they go with that. Now, next week we have the Elongated Man, which is going to be awesome. I love the trailer. We've got, as well as this, we have got Quell Mordoth, we've got Breacher, Danny Trejo, and Machete coming to the show, which I am super, super excited for, to see Machete coming to the Flash. And it looks like, to me, in the trailer, he is actually attacking the Elongated Man as well. And he is put on the list, possibly as well, one of the Thinker's kind of minion things. But we all know that the Thinker, we all know the Elongated Man even got his powers from the kind of weird little drinks that he had, and made him kind of be stretched and all elasticy and that kind of thing, and elongated. So I don't think that he might actually be part of the Thinker's crew, but he might be thought of as being part of that crew. Perhaps. I think maybe he got his powers in a different way. But we will find out next week. Now, Legends of Tomorrow was really, really fun. I absolutely loved Legends of Tomorrow. That was just a really, really funny episode. And it's nice to see Sarah Lance. And we've got a female villain in the show, fighting, being a badass. I have to say, Kuasa was freaking awesome. I loved Kuasa in this. She said like 2 sentences, but I really did like her. And I did like Zari. Not going to say her real name, not going to say her comic book name, because I don't want to get demonetized. But she was great in this. A fantastic debut of the character. And we're going to see more of her next week. I'm glad that the team actually decided to stick with her. I thought this was a strong episode. I didn't really like last week's episode that was set in the P.T. Barnum circus. It just didn't really click with me, I'm afraid. It just really wasn't my thing. But I thought this really worked. The team chemistry is stunning between everyone, and it is such a good show. It is such a good episode. So really, really good episodes of this week. I'm interested to see where Kuwasa will go next. Hopefully we'll get Damien Dark soon as well, because he is soon to return in Legends of Tomorrow. But we've got an ET episode next week, which I'm thinking is going to be really, really cool to see. But Legends was really good. I have to say, the standout is probably Kuwasa and Zari making their sort of debuts in the show. And I love the future tech, the whole thing with Argus as well. And I can't help but think maybe this could be the history, the kind of future Flash 2022 thing when he disappears. Maybe this is the whole reason that metahumans then become banned. We also get some Trump travel ban thing as well mentioned, which is a side thing. But like I said, a really, really fun episode. Really, really fun episode of Legends. And I'm excited to see where they go next with Legends. And hopefully we get some more Black Adam references. She mentions her brother. And I think that her brother might be someone from the comics perhaps as well. But that, like I said, that is it for this video. Please drop a like. Please subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.